What up, though? My name is Bobby,
And I'm Veronica,
and
and
we
we
are
are
the
the
Browns.
Browns. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for taking time out of your evening to break bread with the Browns. So, on tonight, our very first episode, we want to cover three topics. One, we want to let you know what you can expect from breaking bread with the Browns. Two, we want to let you know why we decided to create Breaking Bread with the Browns. And third, but not least, we want to tell you our story.
Our story.
Our story. So, if anyone knows my husband Bobby, you will know that the term breaking bread is synonymous with his name. If anyone knows Bobby, they've been invited to break bread. What is breaking bread?
Well, breaking bread is exactly what it is. It's people coming together, fellowshipping, eating, mingling, and getting to know one another. See, a lot of times when you meet people, if you don't break bread or eat, you won't learn how to grow together. You won't be comfortable. First time I ever seen it was in the Bible. In the book of Acts, they said they went from house to house breaking bread. So church didn't start in a big old synagogue, a big building. It started in the home.
So, throughout our years together, we've had the opportunity to break bread with tons of couples, and those interactions have truly impacted our lives. So, we decided to take breaking bread and bring it to a platform where we could share all of these golden nuggets and information with the masses. So, what is one key thing that triggered us or prompted us to start breaking bread with the Browns?
Well, I think more than anything is the reality of marriage. I mean, if you think of society today, it's not promoted as a great and beautiful thing. The Bible says marriage is honorable. I mean, it's so beautiful in the sight of the Lord. But at the end of the day, we live in a world that is being consumed and turned the other way around. You got over 50%, 60% of people getting divorced. And in the black community in church, it's even higher. So the reality of marriages are not making it. So when we was breaking bread, we come together with couples who having a testimony that is helping us, and we give it to the next person.
We plan to launch one video weekly in which we will interview a married or newly engaged couples, and we'll present to them questions that you all have submitted to us, or we might sometimes just have them share their testimony based on the information that we know about the couple.
Yes.
Outside of that, a few future things that we had in mind were also providing resources on our website, breakingbreadwiththebrowns.com, to help encourage you, studies, book studies, things that have helped us along the way. So as we continue to grow and build this platform, we want you guys to be on the lookout for all of the new and exciting tools and resources that we plan to provide to help you grow and strengthen your marriage. So, with that being said, I think we've covered our first 2 points. Now it's time for us to tell you our story.
Or you gonna tell your story?
We're going to tell our story. In the beginning. I'm just joking. Go ahead. So the first time
God created heavens and earth.
the first time that I met Bobby was actually at a grocery store.
You know, it was, but you got to start from the gas station.
Well, you start the story then.
Well, look, one day I went to church it was a Sunday. So I woke up that morning, I brushed my teeth. No, I'm just playing. Okay.
Always going.
So what happened was on a Sunday morning, I went to church with my friend Lil Calvin, aka Monkey Head. And we in the church, I seen a woman lay hands. I've never seen a woman lay hands before, so it was amazing. It was different. It stretched my faith. Long story, we go home, about to eat, break bread at the house, and we go get gas. I'm getting gas. I sit down. Before I could sit down, Lil Calvin was like, man, you see her? You see her? And so when I sat down, I'm serious, like something pushed me out my seat. And it wasn't Lil Calvin, I felt it. So I got out, and she pulled up with her little sister, and I started talking to her. Communicated with her, got them digits, gave her my number, switched numbers, and I got in my car and I drove home.
Yeah, and that day, I was with my little sister. I had just turned 21. And we pulled off. I didn't really have a relationship with the Lord or anything. But when we pulled off, I told my sister, I said, that's going to be my husband.
What'd she tell
And
you?
she was like, what? And I just never thought of it again, never spoke of it again. We just went on our merry little way.
So I called her the next night and we talked, but she was like, I remember you. And I was like, you remember me from where? Now, remember, we from the D. We from Detroit. So it is a small world. And I know a lot of people know Bobby Brown. You know, it's just West Side. It's not a, everybody knows somebody. She went to Redford. I went to Ford, rivalry schools. And she was like, I met you at the grocery store. I'm like, grocery store? Farmer Jack. Man, I remember Jack. So I go to Farmer Jack 2 months earlier to go get some coleslaw for my stepmom. And while I'm getting the coleslaw, that morning when I woke up that morning, I remember praying. But see, you got to get an understanding where I was at in my life. At that age of 22, from like 18 to 22, I was with my little girl mom, you know, and I was playing house, trying to be right, trying to be the best man I knew how, but it wasn't right. So when we broke up, I got on my own. And I had my own apartment, which is apartment 20. So if you ever hear us say apartment 20, apartment 20 is my apartment that I have over there off of Greenfield and Finkel. And I woke up that morning, I prayed, and I asked the Lord, you know, I'm for my wife. I want to see. I literally said it. I want to see. I didn't say I want. I just remember saying see because that's just how I felt. My cousin gave me the best advice. He's you a day by yourself or 4 months by yourself. Whatever time you need by yourself, that's the time you need to find out what you want out your life. And what I want out of my life is what I got right now. So I woke up. Long story short, I went to the grocery store. I get the coleslaw. So the woman was rude to me. And this little short woman was going ham. When I say she was fussing and cussing this woman out. And I appreciate it because the woman was getting smart with me. So she was defending me, but she scared me at the same time. So we get the coleslaw. I go up front.
You couldn't find the coleslaw because my grandmother, this is a little feisty woman. Hey, Mom.
Hey, KKK.
She told me to go help Bobby. She's like, go over there and help that young man find the coleslaw because he couldn't see it. They didn't have it behind the counter. So I helped you find the coleslaw.
I go up front.
We're checking out.
They in front of me. Now, I looked at V-Rob. V-Rob giving that eye, you know.
I was not giving him no eye.
She was checking me out.
I was not
and
checking
so,
him out.
I looked at the one little woman, and I was like, man, if that woman like that, I know she gonna be like that. Then I looked at her and was like, man, she too skinny. And I'm saying this to the people who single. You know, it's about what you desire and what you like, but God know what you need.
Right.
But at that day and that moment, again, remember I said I wanted to see. I really did. So when she said the next day that I knew we met before, I was like, okay. So a couple of days later, we had our first date.
Yeah, fast forward, first date.
I don't think it was a bad date, if you ask me.
It was the worst.
It was a good date.
No. So we are going to the movies, and he tries to take me to the neighborhood theater. For those of you in the D, he was trying to take me to the Northwest.
What's wrong with the Northwest?
That lets you know how long ago this was.
What's wrong with the Northwest?
So we go to Star Theaters. That was like the new movie theaters. That was like when the Star first started coming out. So we watch the movie. It's good.
So be
movie is going off. It's not even going off. We know that we're near the end. He makes us get up and watch the movie from the exit aisle.
So hold on.
Just in case something happens.
Now that's a gentleman for you. We in the D. We from the D. There's over 1 zillion people. We go see the movie Blow.
No. So
the atmosphere, I know a couple dudes in there was shady Bobo. I didn't want to take no chance of anything popping, the credits come up, anything going down. So, we in this crowd. That's why I said let's step out to the side. Okay. That's how I was raised. This, you know, being considerate of.
So, and he held my hand through the whole movie, and rubbed the same spot.
She wasn't saying that when her foot touched my foot.
Till it was chafed. So after that, I did not like Bobby. I was like, it's over.
So the truth is your mind was somewhere else.
Kind of, but I still didn't have a good time on the first date. So
her body here with me.
I said,
outside of town.
That was it. You know, we drive home or whatever. I took him to his car, and that was it. I was just over it. So at that time, he was blowing up my phone. We had.
I was blowing up your phone.
He was blowing up my phone. Because we banked at the same credit union.
Now, I did see her. Now, we supposed to went out on Good Friday, right?
Yeah, because this was.
So I'm at the light on Good Friday at the credit union 7 Mile and Grand River. And I see her ride past me. Now, I did just call her that day because we was trying to go out that night. She didn't respond. I seen her fall. I said, well, guess what? I guess it went me.
No.
Hey, I'm straight. Because remember, I'm in apartment 20. It's okay.
Okay.
Keep it moving.
He kept calling me.
I did not keep calling you.
Okay,
I called you that day.
Okay.
That was it. Don't even like I keep calling you.
Well, Good Friday rolls around, nothing. Saturday, nothing. Easter Sunday rolls around, nothing. So I was going to this little storefront church at the time, and I was like a Sunday school teacher.
It wasn't the storefront. It was a room front. It's about big
It
as
was
this.
a small church, okay, off of Puritan. So, long story short, we have our church service. We are like in the back after church. I don't even know what we were doing like with the kids. And guess who stalked me,
Stalk.
hunted me down, and popped up at my church?
Well, let's keep this real
He
talk.
wasn't blowing up my phone. Yes,
No,
he
I was not blowing up your phone.
You
But that
found
Sunday
me.
morning, which is Resurrection Sunday, I'm in church with my little sister. And just like the week before, I seen someone lay hands, which is like, wow. But that Sunday morning, I felt the Spirit of the Lord. It was real. And I felt it. But when I was leaving the church, something clear as day was like, I need to go find her church. And I'm like, man, it was just in me to go. And I'm like, man, I looked at my little sister like, come on. So we went. I knew she told me where it was. Never been there, didn't know the name. She just told me where it was at. And at this time, I'll be real with you. When the Bible says a man findeth a good thing, I really believe, a man find a wife find a good thing. I really believe that what that was. I found it. But it's like, I didn't let nothing discourage me. It's like, I don't know, some kept pushing me. And it was not, she acted like I'm stalking her. You know, I wasn't AK crazy at all. So even act like that. But it was it was a determination that it was something that I didn't even know that I'm grown with it. But when I walked up in the church, they looked at me like I was crazy.
Yeah.
Because they were shocked to see me. And what's so crazy is when I walked up in there, it was like we just picked up where we left off from. We talked. Her mom and them cooked a bad dinner. Yeah. So what she did, she came to my mama's house and broke bread, because you know we eat right. And was real talk. We've been together ever since. Yeah, and that was over, what, 20 years ago?
That night, we stayed up at apartment 20, and we talked.
Yeah, because she wanted to come back to my house. And see what I'm saying?
After
she ate good. Now, remember, she had a bad experience, but she ate.
Yeah, I did eat good.
Yeah.
We talked, and, I mean, we just clicked. Ever since then, we have been inseparable. That was, I met you the day after my 21st birthday, so that was April 8th.
Tell them your prayer that you prayed on your birthday.
I just wanted to, and at this time, I know we're like, we didn't have a relationship with the Lord. We were still like doing our thing, just learning. We were still young. We really grew together in this, not knowing, you know, really what direction. I came from a single parent home. Bobby had both of his parents, but they were not in the same household. So for us to make 17 years is amazing.
Because you got to realize you come from two different worlds, and you mash in this world. You know, it's like you taking peanut butter and jelly and it's mashing, but everybody don't like peanut butter jelly, and you got to make it work. And what we have done is, as a family, is learn how to break bread together and learn. She come with recipes, I come with recipes. We both have eaten of different things, but we created our own menu as in our family.
But that is where, though, really breaking bread was just really an integral part. You know, coming from being young, when we first started dating, I was 21, Bobby was 23. 22. We met in April. He proposed that January. That's right. And we were married that August.
Now, this is the reality, you know, and I'm being real. You talk, like when she said where we come from, you know, where I come from, I've never seen, you don't see love a certain way. It's kind of like a forced love, or it's kind of like just keeping it real in our community, you know, baby mama, daddy drama. Yeah. You know, so when I met V-Rock, I couldn't have married her the first month. You don't hear that nowadays, you know, because you look crazy. You got to know somebody. But
yeah, people looked at us even within that time, because that was still a short time span.
But it's the thing about faith.
They looked at us like we were crazy.
You got to have faith. But as a man, you got to know what you want. And I knew what I wanted, but I felt it. Now, the reality of it is, when I proposed to her, it was just me, her, and the Lord. I proposed at church. Yeah. And it was not, you know, I didn't want to do flamboyant, like a proposal party. I just wanted her to know it was just me and her and the Lord. The reality of it is, and it was dark in the church, and we went to Solomon's Temple, which is a nice-ass church. But the reality of it is, if it's light, dark, as long as it's me and her and the Lord, we're going to make it. We're going to make it. It was a Tuesday night, and we're going to make it. And I proposed so quick because I already play house. And to those that's, you know, dating and learning, playing house is for the birds, because you're taking away from a foundation. That you could be building. It's time that you can't get back. And if you know it, you do it. And I think that's the part I've seen my mom. I wanted to love my wife the the way I want my mom to be loved.
And that's something that we will definitely
deal with.
We'll get deeper into that, because tonight we just really want to just kind of give you an overview of our story briefly. As we continue to build this platform, we definitely will get deeper, because even though like our story is beautiful, it was not without challenges.
Real challenges.
However, the people that we were able to be surrounded by, the tools, they gave us the tools that, those tools equipped us to learn how to face the challenges, how to navigate them. We even had some bad experiences that I would say taught us, kind of what not to do.
But also, more than anything, the reality of storms in your life is there to help mold you.
Absolutely.
For me, Rhonda could tell you one of my favorite songs, Frankie Better Than Maze. And one of them songs is Joy and Pain. That's just real talk. He says, where there's a flower, it must be sunshine and rain, because they all one the same. You're not going to grow always being in sunshine. You need rain. And the reality of a marriage, you have to go through. You got to endure to get that flower to grow, to go through that process. So we went through a lot. Absolutely. It wasn't just simple.
Yeah. And then just as we close out just this first episode, like I said, that was just an overview, but there are two things just to kind of give you a little bit more insight to our relationship, and then so that you kind of know what to expect from us. We are, and you'll come to learn as we kind of, like I said, delve deeper, we are a blended family.
Blended.
So we definitely will cover that topic in depth. We have a lot of couples that have blended families, and everyone's blended situation is a little different. Bobby uses a good analogy about the smoothie.
Well, reality is, anytime you go to get a smoothie, you just don't get one kind of fruit. You get multiple fruits. You get multiple kinds of juices, and it blends together to create whatever name or whatever it is. Well, this Brown family is blended. And you got all these different kinds of fruits, which is me and her and our 3 kids. I think even to include the dog now. And when you blend all together, you get a specific kind of flavor, swag. Everything is in that. But if it's not blended, you won't get that. Blended is not a bad thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Right. So not taken away from families that are not blended, but that is something that we will highlight, because there are certain challenges that come along with that people that are not in blended families, they, wouldn't encounter or wouldn't understand. And then we are also parents of a child with a chronic illness. So that's something that I don't think is discussed a lot, but we definitely will discuss that, how we navigated those challenges and are still navigating those challenges. You'll see us bring on couples. We'll definitely deal with finances, pretty much anything that you can think of. And if you have a question, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can reach out anonymously. You can message us on Facebook at breakingbreadwiththebrowns.com. You can hit us up on Instagram, or you can always email us at questions@breakingbreadwiththebrowns.com. So this tonight was just a little taste of what's to come as we continue to develop Breaking Bread with the Browns.
It's an appetizer.
Yeah, that's good. This is a little appetizer before we get on to the meat and breaking of bread. So is there anything that I left out or anything you want to add?
You're beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm working on something, that's all.
Work on it. All right, so we thank you guys for tuning in tonight, and we look forward to breaking bread.
Break bread.